declare James Hird and Michael Voss the joint winners of the 1996 Brownlow Medal.
Brisbane's first Brownlow medalist. 300 games to the skipper, Roger Merrett.
Who came to Windy Hill back in
a groundbreaking win over the West Coast Eagles. Record winning streaks.
ground level Lambert.
And for the first time in its 10-year history, the Bears would win in the AFL finals, not once, but twice. 1996, a year to remember.
Trying to take the mark. The ball spills wide.
The aptly titled Lightning Premiership put the new look Bears of new coach John Northey on show for the first time on a wintry weekend in February.
In the finish, it's into the pocket, taken by Trask. Trask, and a snapshot for goal. That is a magnificent effort. It's a goal.
Soccer's off the ground. Turner tried to pick it up. His hand pass was smothered. It comes back to Trask, who pulls away nicely. He's already kicked one goal. He runs inside the 50, draws a man. The hand pass not particularly good, but Lappin able to take it, turn around and kick a goal. Wasting no time, he kicks towards half-forward. Well-weighted kick too. This is Robbins, delisted by the Eagles to Ackermanis on the overlap. Probing kick inside the 50, and Leppich sneaking away has taken this mark about 25 metres out from goal. Justin Leppich. Important kick this one if the Bears are to go on in this competition. He's judged it very well. That's a lovely kick. It's a goal.
The centenary celebrations of the AFL had a damp kick-off at Waverley, as in quick succession, the Bears disposed of the reigning day premiers Carlton, eventual night premiers St Kilda, and Collingwood, before coming up against Essendon in the final.
Here's Lappin, got it from Dick Voss. That's a magnificent kick. Goal to the Bears. That was a very good grab under the circumstances too. James Hird kicks it down towards half-foot. It pitches just outside the 50, runs on. Here's a chance for Cockatoo. Collins touches it.
In the modified competition, the Bombers kick straighter, 6-2 against 2 goals 9, to win by 17 points.
Important goal.
Up towards half-forward. Bartlett kicks towards the 50, and here's Alistair Lynch.
Used his body well, or his arm.
Gee, that's a great start, isn't it?
My word, it is.
The opening game of the season proper saw Brisbane at its most awesome. Fitzroy made the trip north with little form on the board. The Bulldogs took a belting.
Going to be kicking Don from just outside 50 with a drop punch. It's a lovely looking drop punt. Welcome back, Alistair Lynch.
Wow.
May get there in time. What can the big man do? He does it well. Swings round now, wobbles one back in towards inside 50. Ashcroft takes it from Lambert. Marcus Ashcroft back and has kicked a beautiful goal. Oh. Croft in trouble. Look at the hand pass of White. Beautifully done to Hart, who fires away at goal. And there's the quick reply.
Goes out wide to Hart, spins onto his left foot, then back inside. Oh, clever play to Champion. Champion just lost it for a second. Now can kick from 55 metres. Goes long and has kicked the goal.
The fullback. Old warhorse Roger Merrett stands his ground. Look at White get up on the mile.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Just incredible talent. Speaking of that, look at this. Welcome to the Darryl White Show. And he's given another one away to Alistair Lynch.
But this Bears side's been irrepressible. They've really kept at it tonight. It's been a pretty impressive way they've gone about this. To Voss. Free kick. Heard the whistle. Voss has kicked the goal. Play the advantage. That is magnificent. Oh, that was a great goal. Quick kick from Hart. Great snap, Shaun Hart.
Shaun Hart kicked 5 goals, the best by any Bear against the Bulldogs. Matthew Clark gave notice of a great season to come. Brisbane by 87 points, a record margin by the Bears against the Doggies. The man who would win 3 votes from the umpires that day, Michael Voss, begins his look at the season.
Yeah, well, it was obviously a very good start. Matthew Clark showed his promise. He was fantastic in the ruck forwards, really dominated the game. I think all the young players really started to come through. You could start to see the emergence and how far they'd come over the past year. On the Brownlow medal, I didn't expect to get 3, or probably maybe 2 or something like that, because I thought Matthew Clark played such a fabulous game. We had such a bad start to the season in previous seasons, and it's just so important that we got away to a good start, and we really emphasised that pre-season because we really needed it.
Angle for the wily old veteran, but no, he says, I'll do that. Piece of cake, and he does.
In a decade in the AFL, the Bears had beaten every team bar one, the West Coast Eagles. A draw at Carrara in 1992, the closest in 14 previous meetings. They had never won in Perth, despite desperate planning.
For the Brisbane Bears, but it's sung it up the ground for the first goal of the night. Great start for the Brisbane Bears and Alistair Lynch as he continues on again, and Clark sends them down to half forward once more.
Merrett in front and has accepted that mark. McIntosh behind. The leading goal kicker at the Bears and also leading games tally comes in from 30 metres out and has kicked the Bears second.
Scored this quarter.
Many of the Bears' hierarchy regard this match on the night of Saturday, April 6, as the turning point of the Brisbane season. Brisbane staged a first quarter blitz. They had 4 goals on the board before the Eagles struck back.
35 out kicks. I'm sure he's kicked his second, and that's the answer. The Bears' 5th. Voss, 1-on-1 duel here. Lynch in front, trying to tap it to his own advantage. There's Blurt. Had it knocked from him. McIntosh, great handball to White. Fantastic tackle from Lynch. Great pressure here from all players. White snaps, and a quick goal.
Gives it back to Dick Voss, who looks down towards centre wing. Good strong mark taken by Fletcher. He's been sensational. Adrian Fletcher's going to put them inside 50. Can the Bears answer? Darryl White, the magician! What a game! What a game!
Sets up a handball 25 metres. Bartlett to Fletcher. Gives it off to Lappin, and Lappin's away running. 2 bounces. Now being chased by Donnelly. Puts in a bit of a spurt and kicks the ball wobbly forward. Falls to Lepage. Turns. Chips. Can't find Lynch. Lynch goes to ground. Backing up his heart. They can work something out here, the Bears. Lovell has to wait. Here comes Lepage over the top. Off the ground. Goal!
Incredible. Incredible. Seconds ticking away. He might fancy himself with a chance here, but he's going to be kicking from 48 metres. And he's gone for distance, but it's gone right. There's a sensational mark, though. And
No, don't look, have a guess.
arguably one of the most exciting players in the competition when he's firing. Darryl White from 15 metres. Just a steady little pop shot at goal, and he's made no mistake about it. Can the Eagles get another?
On a night when the Eagles were hit with crucial injuries, Brisbane answered every challenge. Worsfold would miss the remainder of the season with a knee. McKenna would be sidelined for a month too.
Oh, what rotten luck.
It is Guy McKenna.
Oh, no.
It was a game that impressed Mick Malthouse. He rated the Bears one of the 4 best teams in the competition. In the end, the Bears by 25 points, with Clark the 3-vote getter, and Voss picking up 2 more.
It's goal. I think he shepherded this through. Great play.
Yeah, I'd have to say that was probably our best performance for the year. It was, you know, West Coast were just beating Fremantle, and they're such a formidable side. We'd never beaten them before, and there was no better place than beat them over on their home ground. You know, we come up against these sides now, and we believe that any place in Australia we can beat these teams.
Running towards 50, from 55 he looks towards Lepage. If you want to seal it, then this could be it.
Played in the Hawthorn under-19s too, or their Ayers squad.
The shot from Justin Lepage looks pretty good. The Bears are home here at the Wacker.
2,000 people were turned away for the emotional showdown between Robert Walls' Richmond and the Northey-coached Bears. The 2 coaches who'd swapped jobs at the conclusion of the 95 season had the town abuzz. For the first time at the New Look Gabba, there was a sellout. And in game number 200 for the Bears, the crowd got a thrilling first term.
Robert Wall's record, well, John Northey took Richmond from 14th back in 1993 to 4th in 1995. So both have seen their clubs rise. Here's a chance for Matthew Rogers. Rogers in towards Benny Gale. He couldn't quite take the mark. The Duck shoots for goal, and there's the first one to the Tigers. And the home side needing this. It's been Richmond's quarter to date. But he's got his first.
Off to Lappin. Chips Lynch. Now plays on. Kicks. Comes back inside onto his left foot. Chips to the front of the square. Scott is confronted. Players go to ground. To Leppich. Swings it round. And finally the Bears have got one. Runs hard.
The second quarter, though, was a fizzer. The Bears throwing away their chances as Richmond outscored them 5-0. After that disappointing period, Brisbane settled in. In the second half, Brisbane scored 10-7. It wasn't enough. The Bears producing the first of only 2 home ground losses for the season.
White kicks and kicks a much-needed goal for the Bears.
We were quite disappointing that game. I thought we only lost by 18 points, yet I think we deserved to probably lose by about 40 or 50. We played that bad.
During the week that followed, the AFL centenary celebrations went into full swing. A dinner for 3,200 at the MCG under the biggest marquee scene in the Southern Hemisphere.
In the stands where fans have watched their heroes play for 100 years, fireworks lit up the Melbourne sky.
It's a great Australian occasion, and it's appropriate that it be held in the greatest sporting arena in Australia.
Inside the largest marquee ever assembled in Australia, the guests were provided with plenty of culinary delights, smoked salmon, chicken, beef and champagne for their $500 tickets.
Our boys who play this grand old game are always striving for glory and fame.
The AFL promises the hallowed MCG turf will be restored to its pristine condition by Anzac Day. This glittering affair is expected to last into the early hours of the morning, giving the AFL a birthday it will surely remember for at least the next 100 years.
The celebrations continued under the Gabba lights on Friday night. North Melbourne in town. Alistair Lynch kicked early goals for the Bears as North slipped slightly ahead. It was a welcome return for Lynch after his successful fight back against the debilitating chronic fatigue syndrome.
And a free kick is going to Brisbane. Is the advantage going to be paid? Yes. They get the ball to full forward. A good lead, a brilliant kick. The chance to kick his second goal. He's kicking from about 45 metres out. It's close. The goal umpire indicating a goal. Kicks it in the direction of Champion. He marks. He's got McAdam running in support, but he ignores him and then goes straight towards full forward. He's got it again. Justin Leppich. And he looks as though he means business. 2 goals so far. He hasn't been on the ground all that long. Kicking from 50 metres. Gets terrific distance. It's a magnificent kick. It's his 3rd goal. High kick by Scott. Oh, what a leap by Darryl White. About 5th in line. Short pass. Looks for Leppich. Geez, playing fierce. Dion Scott goes in. Kicks across his body. Oh, can this goal umpire pick this? I'd say it's a goal. Have a look at it. It's there. Dion Scott. Leppich does well. Hart. Kick smothered off the boot. Archer. Darryl White to the square. Leppich. Has he kicked his 4th? He may have. He has.
Laidley short danger. Clark at the back. Well done by Fairley. Clark probably should have done better. Lappin pushes it to Lambert. Lambert could finish it off. It looks good. It's there. Bears back in business. Should have been a free kick to the Bears. Lambert out wide. Gets to Kennedy. Now straightens the body. Goes long to full forward. Leppich, big fly. Short Hart round the body. Akamona's goal.
Clark gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy's kick to the goal square. Not quite. Leppich. Sean Hart unselfishly gives it to White, and White's got the goal. 3 points the margin. Champion's kick is not bad. A little bit of misunderstanding here between Ashcroft and Lappin. But Lappin takes it from Ashcroft into the pocket. It's beautifully weighted, and it's been marked by Fletcher. In the words of one of our fellow commentators, centimetre perfect. Fletcher from the boundary line. Kicks, close. It's a mark or a goal. It's a goal, I would say.
Chapman off the ground. Lappin hard at it. They missed it. Now Hart. That's a good give to Lappin.
Enter Justin Leppich. A career-best 6 goals sank north.
To the pocket. Leppich back there. Oh, what a take. Plays on. And kicks his 5th. Advantage paid. Chris Scott, Ackermanis in trouble. Quickly
Down by a kick at half-time, the Bears were 5 points up at the last change, and then cruised away to a 30-point win in the final term. Voss best of field again.
Quite memorable, that win. We had another packed house, I think, and you know, north of the glamour side of the competition, as we all know now, and we were pretty built up for that, and the crowd pumped us up, got behind us, and the team seemed to lifted. I knew that we wouldn't play the same as what we did against Richmond. It was only a matter of time before we sort of got ourselves on track, and we showed that we could still match it with the best.
Certainly will end North Melbourne's chances. Ackermanis goes in and gets his 2nd.
Fitzroy's last visit to the Gabba in their own entity was a one-sided romp for the Bears. An 8-goal second term blew the game wide open, and from then on, Brisbane was untroubled.
Inside 50, quick snap. It's a great snap by Marcus Ashcroft, and he's kicked it. Lambert. Now Fletcher. Beautifully directed kick right into the chest of Justin Leppich. Directly in front of goal. 35 metres up. He kicks and he goals. 2 goals to the Bears early in the first quarter. Gives it across to Fletcher inside 50, looking for Merrett, and he's got it. 3 goals so far this season, 414 in his great career. He's right on 50, and he has drilled it. Goes over the top here to Lappin. He wants to draw an opponent. Scott says kick it long. He grubs it along the ground. Leppich, a great pickup. Screws it around for White. He needs a kind bounce. He'll kick a goal. Fantastic play.
Detroit 3-5, the Bears 5-3. So the difference back to 10 points at the Gabba. Lambert out of the congestion in the middle. Kicks up towards full forward. In numbers, the Bears. Merrett goes at goal. That's the quickest of possible replies by the veteran, and he puts it through. Scott plays on. Doesn't get too much distance with the kick. White underneath it. Atkins couldn't take it likewise. Paddled further forward by Johnson. Now Bottas. Intercepting down there is Michael Voss. He goes at goal this time. Oh! It was an off break. It came back about 6 feet. And a goal. So the Bears lead 58-32. Long bomb inside 50. Kicked off the ground by White. Back to Lappin. Oh, wonderful evasive skills onto the left boot, and a great goal. Dent, great smother by Scott. Picked up by Fletcher, great skills. He's got Merrett in the square, and Roger the Dodger's got it. So from point-blank range, Merrett kicks his 3rd.
Big Roger kicked 5. The Bears by 109 points. For the first time, Brisbane went to the top of the AFL ladder. The Bears had started the season as 10th favourite for the flag, at odds of around 22-1.
He's got to shoot at. Distance obviously not a factor. Tries to banana it. Crowd likes it, and so does the goal umpire, I think. Yes, he does. Kick away by Kennedy. Kennedy's kick clears the pack. Holmes misjudges it slightly. Might be able to get a hand pass away. He can, but to the opposition. That was Ashcroft. Fletcher kicks it on to Voss. Man of the moment, really. And in more ways than one. Down to Sean Hart. 20 metres out, and Hart kicks another one.
So Scott then gives the ball across to Voss. They could have raffled it. Lucky number was 3. Gives the ball back to Scott. Sets it up here to Lappin, who's a great finisher.
His second. Some undisciplined talking. Let the Bears back in. They've gone on with it from there. Lepic. Ackermanis. Gee, that's not a bad sort of a kick. Oh, close to goal on the day, that. Oh, what a kick, what a goal. Over the head of Merrett. Still the Bears come in numbers. Lappin. He can kick a goal. And he does.
Yeah, that was a pretty special feeling, sitting on top of the ladder. It never really sunk in after the game, but during the week it did, because, you know, commercials and so forth were the Bears on top of the ladder, and it's certainly better than being on the bottom, I can tell you. And, you know, Fitzroy were always going to be fairly tough. They're going to come out pumped up, and they did to start off with, and unfortunately they faded away, and we kept on going on with it, which was pleasing. I really thought that if we're going to be a formidable side, that we had to beat Fitzroy by, you know, 12 or 13 goals, and as it turns out that we beat them by more, so, which was quite pleasing, and we played well too. We didn't try and, you know, stoop to their level, so to speak.
The longest road trip in footy, Brisbane to Perth. This time it would be Fremantle at Subiaco on a day of celebrations. Andrew Buse played his 250th. Richard Champion became the 7th Bear to play 100. Matthew Clark made it 50, and Clark Keating began his senior career. In 1995, the Bears had experimented unsuccessfully with a protracted road trip to play the 2 Perth-based teams. In 1996, they beat both of them on hit-and-run missions.
Might have been a free to Lambert. Play on, said the umpire. Kennedy. Good kick by Kennedy. Great goal. Kick it through the middle. Balks the hand pass. He probably should have given it. Back to Allen. He misses it. And now a chance for the Bears. Hart was in there, gives it to Ackermanis, an open run for Jason Ackermanis. He's 49 metres out, up to the goal square. Lepic, and he'll kick an uncontested goal. Chisholm again, went defensively and lost it. Lambert off the left boot. Not a bad kick, he's kicked the goal.
And how many people other than Scott Chisholm would go back into trouble like he does?
Amazing what he did a couple of minutes ago. There's Keating firing out a little hand pass. Lappin a long kick. Ackermanis again. Yes. No distance out. And he's wide out on the angle. Good looking kick. A goal.
So a gutsy effort by the Bears. Clawing their way back into this with these late goals. They needed to do it, and they have. Wide of the pack, Lambert, here they come again. Feeds it wide. Voss, a long kick at the ball. O'Reilly goes back with Clark, and Clark takes a very good grab, reaching over the top.
Change coming, Bandy's fact coming back on now, Drew, with Jones going off.
Dying minutes of the first half from point-blank range. Clark kicks a goal.
Kick by Lappin out wide, and 60 metres out from goal. McRae's got it. Waltzes around Chisholm. McRae centres. Voss, good mark. Magnificent kid, this bloke. Well, the goal's coming in runs. This could be the 4th in a row for the Brisbane Bears to get them back to within 4 points. And he gets it. Second goal to Michael Voss.
Lynch plays on, wide of the mark, sets it up. Down towards Clark. In front, knocked down by Harding. Roving the pack. It's grabbed by Lambert. Bacon goal square. This will run on. It's a goal. The Bears in front. Ashcroft, penetrating kick inside the 50. Clark's in front, almost the mark on his chest. Down behind, picked up by Jones. Good hand pass under the circumstances. Lappin superbly done. Shrugs off a tackle. Deserved.
A 12-goal unanswered burst beginning short of half-time blew the game apart. The Dockers could manage only 3 in the second half. 12 players goaled. Nigel Lappin took the umpires' votes. Brisbane by 25 points. Top spot retained on percentage from North and Carlton.
Going to be a free advantage, and now Darryl White lopes down the centre of the ground. Kicked by White to half forward, and the mark is taken by Craig McRae. Mitchell going off for the Dockers, and Will's coming back. Allen still on the bench. Kick by McRae. He'll test a man with a groin injury. Oh, hasn't tested him at all.
It was a huge effort to go over there and win. Fremantle are a very hard side to beat over there. I mean, they beat Carlton in the following games, and they always seem to build themselves up in front of their home side, and they're very dangerous. And it was probably only in the third quarter that we turned it around and got on top of the game. And then eventually we end up taking it away from them.
And is it going to be a night that belongs to one Roger Merrett, the Colt from Canaiva, who came to Windy Hill back in 1978. He played 149 games with Essendon.
Only 31 players had passed the 300-game mark. Against Hawthorn at the Gabba under lights, Roger Merrett capped a week of festivities.
Marnus almost held, comes towards Kennedy. He tumbles a punt down towards half forward again. Some pushing and shoving. Socket off the ground, and there's another one.
Hughes has to trap this ball. Does sit nicely for him now. And swings around on his left foot and tries to find McRae. Tries to control the ball in front of him. Slips. It is slippery. There's no doubt the players are having trouble with this ground.
It was a quiet game for the 36-year-old. He'd kick only one goal.
Pressure. Falls to Merrett. Big Roger goes for it. And he's kicked out.
The rest of the Bears were in party mode. A 7-goal second quarter ensured it would be a game the big bloke wouldn't forget in a hurry. In game number 251, Andrew Buse was brilliant. He'd get the 3 votes. Alistair Lynch, the best of the goal kickers, with 6.
McRae has had a very good first half indeed. He's had 8 kicks, 9 kicks. Big lead, too high. Oh, Lynch reads it beautifully. From 20 metres out, put it down. 4th goal to Alistair Lynch.
No mark. Holland. Straight back towards Lappin. Lappin is 60. Lappin is 50. Lappin's going to have a shot, is he? In towards goal. Across the top, and what the mark. This to make the margin 29 points. Voss, distance not a problem. He swings out now. He shoots, and I think he's kicked it. Slips, but plays on. Heads to that outer side. Buse is having an excellent quarter, tidying up once more. Flat-looking punt kick down towards McRae. Oh, trapped it sensationally well. Gives it away to Tristan Lynch. Ball to ground once. The advantage is paid. Lynch can goal here. Goes into the open square. What's he done?
Sure of that. White in the box seat. There's players on short. McRae sits and waits. Lynch does beautifully behind to protect him, and there's a hot one for his trouble.
Brisbane looking for their 3rd, and really a quarter that is going to seal it for them. He makes no mistake. This Craig McRae, that is his 3rd goal. Merrett, Darryl White is there. Harford is there. Nigel Lappin. Clever Nigel Lappin. He gets his...
Afterwards, mascot for the day, Benjamin Merrett, did a lap to celebrate his dad's milestone and the Bears' 63-point win.
Hawthorn at this stage were obviously struggling. However, you know, you give Hawthorn a sniff and they can really punish you. They thrive on the confidence that if they get near you. And Roger did have a big week that week. He was inundated with interviews and, you know, television appearances, and it was a really huge week. And Roger said after the game that it was such a relief. It was obviously a big occasion for the club too, as our first 300-game player. He played with the Brisbane Bears, so it was a very important occasion. I think all the players seemed lifted for that occasion. And Roger, you know, really loved it after the game when he did that lap of honour, and it was really good to see his kid out there with Roger running around. The crowd really responds to him.
Him and Scott Russell last week. Gee, that's an ordinary hand pass. Really put Williams under pressure. Chance now for Lappin. Lovely little left foot snapshot by...
In 13 meetings, Brisbane had beaten Collingwood only once, here at the Gabba in 1994. With Merrett rested, the top side in the competition started odds-on favourite. This time, there would be a slow start, the Pies getting the jump.
Patterson being a leading player occasionally against Buse.
Normally a great kick for goal, that's no exception. He is a good finisher. Out there for Bartlett. Gowers read it well. It was a clever kick, actually. Fletcher unlucky, then trapped it. Chance for White. Decides not to give it off immediately, then puts his man under pressure. Voss in brilliant touch early. Beautiful handball to Gowers at centre wing. Comes inboard, goes long to full forward. At the back, Lappin, Lynch. Beauty! From the side. Should goal. He's only 35 metres out. Directly in front. Close. Got it. In front on the board, 33-17. Buckley, oh, gee. Not a lot of percentage there.
Yes, the short kicks in to that defensive...
By half-time, the Bears led by a goal, and a 6-goal third term stretched it even further. Voss was in outstanding form. Hindsight shows that his 3 votes this night had him on 14 for the season after 8 games.
He gets it down, approaching... Oh, Richardson! That bump was by Voss. And Alan Richardson, on his 31st birthday, is in a lot of strife. And you were a little bit fortunate there, Chris Scott, at the second grab. He's taken the mark. Hand pass away to Tristan Lynch again, towards full forward, to his namesake, and he's got it. Alistair Lynch has marked only 10 metres out, not even 10 metres out.
To keep leading hard at the ball for the 4 quarters is the thing that Lynch has to still be able to do at this point of his comeback.
Well, he could give the Bears the lead. He kicks his third and the Bears are in front.
Will this break the deadlock? Will Kennedy put Brisbane in front? No, because he's hooked it very badly. What a mark! He is an athlete. Typically, it's his first mark and this will be his first kick. He is mercurial, there's no question. This to put the Bears in front late in the opening half.
Lynch galloping back towards the square. He's kicked 3 goals. On the other side of the ledger, Sav Rocker, goalless at this stage. Lappin's kick to the square. Lynch has got it again. So he's looking ominously dangerous, is Alistair Lynch.
He's really brought the Bears right back.
Lynch for his 4th goal, directly in front, makes no mistake.
Legally to Lappin, having a huge game. Another long run. Directs the kick to full forward and gets to his man. What a play by Lappin, who's had a quiet night by his own high standards. Only his 2nd kick coming up. Kicks from 48. Does it get there? It's there. Clark starting to dominate. Gets high, lays it down, right held onto, no free kick. Lambert, well played, back to Clark. Still with Clark to Fletcher. Could give off, does to Voss. Voss centres the ball. Leppich! He's already kicked 1 goal in this term, Leppich. Got another one. Lynch wanting to give off, actually, to Scott. And now does. Scott at half forward. This would be a big play off the interchange. Have a look at that. A remarkable goal. He's going to kick from about 53. Winds himself up. Oh, takes his man on and drills it home. Too far to score a goal. Puts it to centre half forward. Dion Scott beat everybody. Leppich, left foot, done it. Close, very close, might have.
Little kick to the advantage of Leppich. Well, he tried to break the Krasiska tackle. That was maybe a little adventurous, but Darryl White, he's starting now his magical tricks and a lovely little pass.
In defence, Richard Champion kept Magpies ace Sav Rocker goalless. After 8, the Bears were 7-1. 5 wins in a row was a club record.
He's now kicked 5.
Probably a big difference I noticed in that transition from round 1 to round 8 is that we had probably 90% of the support, whereas if we played Collingwood in past years, it was 60-40, and it's certainly, you know, a rapid change in our support base, and that game was, you know, almost got away from us. They come back at us in the last quarter and we nearly lost it. It was probably lucky it never went for another 2 or so minutes, because they probably would have pipped us.
The lure of a Sydney-Brisbane blockbuster at the SCG proved irresistible. 27,000, the biggest to see a Swans match in a decade. Darryl White was a late withdrawal. The plane was late, forcing the team meeting to be abandoned. But all eyes were on the big bloke from Sydney in the number 4 Guernsey. He'd kick 11.
The figure in the boat. He's got it. Gowers on the outer side, drives it towards half forward. Roger Merrett up the ground, wheels around, kicks low inside the 50. Fletcher, almost a clever mark. In fact, it's been played. We saw where Hayden Kennedy was, and that was behind Fletcher, which helped, I think. There goes the Fletcher kick. Well, it was a good mark in the circumstances.
Sydney by 6 points. And Marcus Ashcroft drifting it out of the middle. Huskis an effective spoiler. Kennedy an effective hand pass gave it to Lambert. This could be another quick one. Ackermanis in towards goal. Over the top it goes. And Brisbane have the answers.
Frank Lambert scores a tie. Well, somehow manages to pull it back. Hughes has got it, running down towards the attacking 50 for his team. Sets it up for Merrett. He's got plenty of company. 3 Swans up. They'll pay the price on the ground. Kennedy open goal. Seymour slides in. Kennedy, the man who did the fisting, came in, but not before Cresswell booted it towards the outer side. Missed by Gowers. Opportunity out there for Chapman. Slips it away nicely. O'Loughlin goes looking for Lockett and hit him. So Lockett's got it. They're down by a point. They lead by 5.
Now Lappin from 65 metres. Needs a mark and full forward. Oh, at the back, surely a chance to Voss. A much-needed goal to Brisbane. Michael Voss gets his first.
The Swans were right on target. They kicked 21-6, while the Bears had a game they'd rather forget. The final margin 58 points, and the loss cost them top spot.
Sydney really established that they were a very good side, and I think they showed that against us and really blew us off the park in the last quarter. And I myself was injured and had to watch it on the sidelines, and it wasn't very good to watch, I can tell you, let alone be out there. So, you know, it was disappointing, and no one really played well. No one sort of won in any position.
It wasn't until June and round 10 that Brisbane actually played a match in Melbourne. Even then, it was down the Prince's Highway at Geelong. And what a game it was.
He's got a panic to move in, Lepich. Inside 50. Shocking kick. Or was it a good pass? If it was a pass, it was well directed, but of course he led very deep into that pocket. Moves around, kicks it goal. That's not bad. He might have topped that. He's got it. Drop kick. White. Gowers, the former Hawk from 45 metres, kicks it goal and kicks truly. 3 goals to the Bears this quarter. Kick number 12 for Voss. Colbert in front, Lambert, underground hand pass to Darryl White. Onto the boot very, very quickly. McAdam at the back. Lepich, snap it, goal. It bounces and it bounces. Through for a goal.
The lead currently at 18 points. Justin Lepich slides it across the face. Keating in front. Could have almost been paid against Ackermanis behind. Clark Keating. There's the angle. Just takes a step to his left, and I think he's gone very, very close. He has his second.
And that missed by Gilbert McAdam earlier in this quarter. Now looking pretty costly when he had a shot at goal from 50. Lepich was the flyer.
That's a goal. White.
I think it's goal. It is a goal. White's kicked it. Now it's a play on call. Lambert's free. Time running out for the Bears, you would reckon. Scott at midfield. Short pass to Lepich, and he's got the mark.
That last point of Bill Brownless's may prove fairly vital in the end of the day.
2 1/4 minutes, and they've got to kick 3 scores. That's a funny old kick, but it's a goal just the same.
hurriedly towards centre-half forward. Hall camped underneath it. Gowers in from the side. Dick Voss spills to Scott. The hand pass too tall for Clark, but running onto it, Ashcroft. Here they come again. McIver. He's got this one about 35 metres out. McIver, tricky cross breeze. Sends it goalward. There's a point the difference.
What a kick.
What a comeback.
What a game.
Umpire bounces it quickly. Clark superbly to Voss to Scott. Scott has been influential in these dying moments. Floats it inside the 50. Keating was up. Offhand's a chance for Lappin. There's a man on loose. Ackermanis. Kennedy didn't spot him. He goes for home. High down towards Lepich. 10 seconds to go. Loose ball behind. It's out of bounds.
At three-quarter time, the Bears had opened up a 4-goal break. With 4 minutes to go, they trailed by 18 points. An extraordinary turnaround, but more was in store for the 25,000 faithful.
At right half forward, inside the 50. Boundary throw in, down to 7 seconds. Keating thumps it goalward, close to the boundary. Forced across, it's level.
It'll be a draw.
In the end, it was Justin Lepich who scrambled through a behind. Only the second Bears draw in 207 games.
8 points apiece. Wait for the siren. It's a draw at Cardinia Park.
What a thriller.
And mixed emotions for both coaches. That young man is still ropeable.
You know, Geelong were a very tough proposition. Any side with G. Ablett in there is a fairly tough proposition. You know, I think we really showed our character in this game. We were ahead. Unfortunately, we lost the lead and we're 18 points down with, you know, 4 or 5 minutes to go, and managed to level peg the game, which was a fantastic effort by the guys.
Bears favoured by punters, but it's very tight. Williams couldn't take it. Voss can. Gives it back towards Ashcroft. He's under pressure. Christo applies it well, but Scott gives it away. Oh, copping one late was Adrian Fletcher. Kicks down towards the forward pocket region, close to the boundary line. Kept in play by Jason Ackermanis, and Lepich takes the mark.
Gee, the speed of Ackermanis, fantastic, and what a centre. The two redheads combining. Look at that. Well done.
National football at its best, and the Bears are away. Yes, all right.
Right out towards
Footy fever in Brisbane, Carlton in town. The game a sellout a month in advance. Such was the interest that the 7 network went live into Brisbane for the first time. 4BC and the ABC radio took the game live. Despite the build-up, the weather let everyone down.
Well, in front of the social club, and in fact, probably nearer 50 metres. In fact, it's a good kick. He's got onto that, Don. And he's... Oh, gee, he's kicked a beauty.
Players try to work this out to Brown. Swings it around his body. Kernahan can't get hold of it.
Matthew Kennedy and Gilbert McAdam played their 100th games. In a low-scoring game, Carlton inflicted Brisbane's 3rd defeat by 24 points.
Pearce kicks and kicks truly.
It was built up to be such a huge game, and it was probably hurt by the rain that occurred and the sloppiness, but you couldn't doubt the commitment of both sides on that particular night. Unfortunately, Carlton got a 2 or 3 goal head start on us at one stage, and we just couldn't peg them back, and it just went goal for goal after that. And unfortunately, in wet weather football, if you let a side get, you know, 4 or 5 goals ahead, it's going to be a fair task to peg them back, and, you know, unfortunately we didn't.
disappointment.